Are planks the best exercise post-hysterectomy? So this is a great question, and I am so glad that somebody asked. So when we think about strengthening the abdominal wall, loading the abdominal wall, we think about pressure. And I usually like to start people with lower pressure exercises and build them up to more demanding pressure exercises like a plank. So what I want to do today is run through one quick test that you can do to see how your abdominal wall is handling that pressure and see whether or not planks are a good idea for you or whether you need to back off and work some more TAs and internal obliques and help to manage that pressure a little bit more. Because what we don't want to do is put too much pressure down on the pelvic floor, because post-hysterectomy, you're still at risk for vaginal vault prolapse, and so we want to just make sure that you're loading your entire system as well as you possibly can. So go ahead and join me now on hands and knees. I would love for you to videotape yourself and look at this, or get somebody to snap some pictures, because that's the way we're gonna test. All right, so join me for hands and knees. And in hands and knees, I want you to think about getting an abdominal contraction. Okay, so you're gonna contract your abs, pre-brace, exhale. What does that look like on your picture, on your camera? Okay, then I want you to go into your plank position, and then I want you to compare. What does that look like compared to what does this look like? How much doming or loading did you get? Now, let me give you a bad look. So if I look like this, but then I go into my plank and I look like this, that is too much pressure down on my pelvic floor, and that would be harmful. Versus if I am in this position, contract, pre-brace, and I'm able to sustain that contraction as I go up and not get a lot of bulging and doming, that would keep my pelvic floor safe. So what I want you to do is videotape yourself, have somebody take some freeze frame shots, and see how your abdominal wall changes when you go from a low load, like hands and knees, to a high load, like planks. And if you saw that you had a good bit of doming and distension when you did those planks, then maybe for a little bit of time, stick with things like bird dogs, where you're having a low load, and then do planks on an elevated surface. So try them up on a chair. Check to see what that looks like. So the higher you go with your hands, the easier the load is going to be on your abdominal wall, and especially your pelvic floor, especially if you're trying to keep your pelvic floor safe by preventing prolapse, or helping prolapse not get worse, or keeping yourself safe post-hysterectomy.